Greetings, Voyagers. Check out this rig, huh? Where the wild nomads wander. Pretty cool. A very impressive rig. I'm sure they're towing this Jeep. It's not a slow bus, it's a fast house. Huh?
Make sure you get both sides of it.
Where you from?
Pennsylvania originally, but we travel full time.
Yeah, is that what you do all the time now?
Yeah, I build tiny homes, and my wife is a jewelry maker.
I've probably seen you on YouTube.
You may have. You may have.
That's an impressive rig.
Thank you very much. Which one's yours?
I'm the white van here. That's
okay, the ambulance, the converted ambulance.
It's a converted. Do you mind being on camera?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. My name's Donald.
Donald. Rom. R-O-M, like ramen.
Ramen. This is my son Warren.
Warren. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we live in it permanent.
That's awesome. Yeah, we do same.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. We had to. We were housed in an apartment, but I'm retired. He's disabled, so there's not a whole lot of money.
Yep.
So it doesn't go far with rents.
It doesn't. It's a frugal lifestyle to live in the mobile way. I mean,
it is. You have to embrace minimalism.
You do.
You have to embrace minimalism, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I grew up in the outdoors. To me, this is like an extended camping trip.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you live on what you have available, and you make the best of what you have available.
We're able to. Yeah. Well, we're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, but we haven't paid rent in 2 years.
Yeah, that's same here.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's no landlord, no rent, no neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat it. And we're saving money. We're saving about after we cover our living expenses, we have about $1,000 a month left, and that's on our meager income. So you can't beat the economy of mobile living.
And you know what? Honestly, this is what I do for a living. I build tiny homes, and I build van conversions and bus conversions, and so I've met people from every socio-economic strata of society who are interested in it. Yeah. And really, at the end of the day, if you have the ability to live in a frugal way, live in a minimalistic lifestyle, the rewards are exponential.
They're immense.
You know?
And you have a greater security.
You do.
I don't worry about money anymore. Although I'm pouring all my money back into it because I need it. It's our home. I mean, I had it for a year, and it's our home. So I'm trying to make it more comfortable. I just bought a lithium ion phosphate battery, but it's not going to power a microwave. No. And that's where I want to get to at some point. So down the road, I'm going to put in a beefy electrical system, and we'll have more comforts of home. Sure. But I have the internet. I mean, I was up watching the Patriots game last night in my van, lying on my bed. I mean, it's comfy, it's cozy. So.
Yeah. So ours, this is. You can see I got to touch up some paint on that back corner there. Got hit by a branch going through a national park, and you just roll with it. But we have propane, whole propane setup in there, and tool storage on the other side of it.
What kind of a battery? I see you got some solar panels up top.
That's really more a maintainer than anything, so that we never start on a dead battery. Yeah. However, we have a bank of 5 batteries, 5 deep cell. They're 120 amp hours per battery.
They're not the golf cart batteries, are they?
They are not.
Marine batteries?
Yeah, they're marine batteries.
Yeah, I used to have one.
As a builder and somebody who's worked with this for a while, my preference is always to have the marine batteries. Deep cycle batteries are great, but you go back and look at the golf cart batteries, they're you have to hook them up, and
they weigh a ton.
They weigh a ton.
They weigh a ton, and it's ancient technology. Lead acid battery is ancient. So I had one in we had another van prior to this. It was a really old beaten up thing, but it got us out of the ghetto. Right. That was how we really. I mean, I owned a couple of vans over my lifetime before, so I do a lot of camping. So I've always appreciated them as temporary shelter, and I always wondered what it would be
to live full time,
to go permanent in one. And We just ended up in the ghetto because that's all we could afford to rent, and it was dangerous and it was scary, and our lives were in danger all the time over there. That's no way to live.
It's not.
So I finally coughed up enough money to buy. I managed to scrape up $2,000. As soon as I get $2,000 saved up, I'm buying the first van I see, and we're getting the hell out of here. And that's what we did. And
Whatever happened to your blue van?
well, that was a long time ago. That thing rotted, and I had to junk it. Yeah.
You
But
saved the parts?
so, yeah, we saved a bunch, all right.
Yeah, we were actually last night. I had come outside and saw you guys over there, and I was like, man, that's cool. I love the converted ambulances. And
Yeah, well, it was used to be a transport. It used to be a handicapped school bus. It had a wheelchair lift in it. I told the dealer if you could take that out and all the bars and the tie downs for the seat belts and all that stuff and the extra seats. So he cleaned it out, and then I just started building it out from there, from scratch.
I'll tell you.
It gave us more room. We were in a standard cargo van, so that was small for two people.
Oh, yeah.
And I was getting backaches from walking hunched over all the time.
It does definitely have more room in there.
I still can't stand all the way up, but it's better than the cargo van.
I'll tell you, it's nice about that. We actually need 2 new front tires for our bus. They're the same size as the tractor trailer tires. So
Wow, expensive as hell.
yeah, we're going to pick those up today. They're not cheap. So
No, they're not.
And the thing that's sad is we're on our way down to Florida right now, and I have another set of tires waiting for us down there. So
You just got to get there.
I got to get there, and so we'll end up probably selling the other ones when we get down there. But I'm starting to have an issue with the outside of one of those tires, and it's just not safe for us to travel full time like that. So
well, you gotta maintain. It's like living in a house. When the roof leaks, you fix it.
Yep, same thing here, and we don't have the rent to worry about, like you said. And
we took 2 months and we went out to the Rocky Mountains this summer.
Wow.
We spent it in the high Rockies, 8,000, 10,000
living
feet.
life.
Oh man, this was our first. We hadn't gone anywhere or done anything for years because we were stuck. We were trapped in the ghetto for 6 long, horrible years. We were stuck in. We finally got out. So I said, "Screw this, man! Road trip." And we spent 2 months out in the Rockies, and it was wonderful. And we're taking January and February down in Arizona.
Oh, that's beautiful down there.
This is our hometown. Salem's our hometown.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's a great place to boondock.
Yep.
You got overnight parking. The police they'll try sometimes, but
So I was out here last night smoking a cigarette, and police come rolling by, and I just give them a howdy do, and they keep on rolling.
well, this is tourist town, and they love the tourist money. So I don't think they're going to start cracking down on people living in vehicles because there's been a lot of RVs. This past year, I've seen a tremendous increase. I mean, this is unusual for this time of year. But there's been a lot of people living in their vans, living in RVs, converted buses, everything. You name it. I've seen it here this summer. So that brings a lot of money into town.
It does. And the funny thing is this is technically New Salem. It's not even where all of the witch trials happened. And so that's kind of the big moneymaker. But, we've done our homework.
They were done in Danvers, what is now Danvers.
Danvers, yeah. And they transported a lot of those buildings down here, the historical buildings, and brought them into town.
Oh, really, huh?
So,
well, at least they kept the buildings.
They did, which is great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And, so again, with the police, we've only ever had 2 encounters with regards to the bus. One, we were traveling and going through Oklahoma, and we went through an area that commercial vehicles are supposed to pull over in, and they didn't know whether we were an RV or a commercial vehicle. So he comes flying up behind us. I pull over and open the door and say howdy do, and mind if I step outside? And by the end of it, I'm giving him a tour of the bus because he's like, this is awesome. Same thing happened in Florida.
Sure, yeah. Well, they're still interested. I mean, guys are mechanically inclined. We love this kind of stuff. And speaking of tiny homes, in 2009, when I still had a career, I bought a piece of land up in Maine, in northern Maine. We were just there. We spent just 3 days up there. We came back yesterday. Sunday, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, it's peak foliage up there right
I know,
now.
we just came from Maine.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Where were you?
So we were working up with a painting service up there. Our friends own a painting company up there.
Yeah.
And we started out in the Sugarloaf area, Sugarloaf Resort. We were painting a lot of the properties up there.
Nice.
And so probably about a month ago, we moved over to the Rockport, Rockland,
Seacoast
Camden area.
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
Spent a month
Nice.
painting out there at a retirement village, and actually the guy who's in charge of the maintenance services out at the place, he's like, you guys don't have to pay for an RV park. You guys can come park on my land. And we said, say no more. So, we make our money, and then sometimes you get lucky and you find free spots to stay for a while, and you roll with the punches as they come.
Yeah, well, we've never paid to stay.
Mhm.
2 months out in the Rocky Mountains. We were in national forest land almost all the time, or overnight at a Planet Fitness.
Yep. Great spot for a shower.
Yeah, and an overnight because they're open 24 hours, and truckers come in there at all times. So, so we've stayed at Planet Fitnesses, but I started building a little place on my property. I bought 7/10 of an acre for $5,000.
Wow.
It's right on a state road, so there's electricity if I ever hook up. And I started building, and I was going to build a little 4-room, just like seasonal place, but backup in case I ever lost my job.
Yep.
That was going to be my fallback.
Fallback, yeah.
And then I lost my job, and I never completed the house. It's 2 rooms, instead of building out, it was easier to build up. So I got 1 room.
You're talking to a tiny
another.
home builder, trust me. I'm all about going up if I can,
And I got the outhouse. It was already on the property when I bought it, and I had a well put in. But every time I get something done, my money runs out.
Yep.
But as soon as I get the van fully fitted out, I'm going to start putting my money back into the property.
I've spoken to a lot of people who are nomadic by disposition in life anyway.
Yeah.
Now, culturally, I come from the Calderesh ethnic background. So Calderesh is a subsection of Roma from Eastern Europe.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. Calderesh actually means metal workers, which is what we used to be. And then the invent of the modern production facilities and mass productions of metal goods and pots and pans and stuff, we had to diversify. So we became builders. And so we're nomadic
gypsy builders.
And that's exactly what we do. We travel, I build, she's a jewelry maker, but she also paints and does all those things. So we find work along the way.
Cool.
And if
cool.
we get to a spot where we don't have a lot of funds, we stop for a little while and situate some work and work for a while. And then
that's another thing I don't worry about anymore. Being retired is great. Let me tell you, I really enjoyed the work that I did. And I worked in print publishing all my life, and I really loved the nature of the work, but I don't miss working for a living anymore. I'm done. I am so done with that.
Retirement, man. It's a beautiful thing.
It's great to have time myself.
Well, I will.
Nice to meet you, Ron.
My wife, see if she needs
you guys got a YouTube channel or a website?
If you guys actually go on to Facebook or Instagram, you can find us there, and our YouTube channel is the same. However, our YouTube channel right now is being revamped. We switched over, quote unquote, branding. Prior to this, we were the Schoolie Love.
That sounds familiar. I think I've probably seen your channel.
There's also Schoolie Love, which is another group, and we paid a little homage to them and made sure that people knew that we were separate. We didn't want to steal thunder, but it came to a new transition in our travels, and we rebranded our adventure, and so
I'll check it out.
being updated.
I'll check it out. My channel is called Vangasmic Voyage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Vangasmic. You probably won't remember it. It's Vangasmic Voyage.
I have a really good memory.
And that's us. So I had the channel up now for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It's, I don't need to make money off of YouTube, and it's a good thing because it just doesn't. It's when I first started, watching van channels, there's only about a half a dozen guys doing it on YouTube, and then all of a sudden, as soon as I get into it, there's this explosion. It's like it's hard to get even noticed out there.
When we're on the road, I notice all the buses now. Before they were just a school bus. Now I look at it, I'm like, oh, I know what year, make, model. I know the engine that's in there. I know it. I know all the quirks of the system. So you start to see what you are
Yeah.
out in the world. So, hey,
Safe travels.
you as well.
Happy trails.
And see you later. It's nice to meet both of you.
Same here.
Cheers.
Take care.